This is News 3 Now at 6.
Thank you for joining us. We are finally learning more about what prosecutors say led up to the shooting death of 17-year-old Shay Watson last summer.
The 15-year-old who is charged with the homicide had his first court appearance this afternoon. Our Amanda Quintana is here with what happened in the courtroom. Amanda?
Yes, 15-year-old Mygie Sanders was arrested last week, 9 months after the murder. The Verona area high school student was charged as an adult today. He's accused of killing Shay Watson and trying to rob him. According to court documents released today, police believe Sanders shot Watson in the back of the head in his garage after trying to grab a bag of marijuana from him. That's what a witness told police. In an interview last fall, police say Sanders admitted he owed Watson $100 for marijuana. In the initial appearance today, the assistant district attorney said a search warrant executed last week at the defendant's home found a gun, $35,000, and pre-packed marijuana. She requested a $500,000 cash bail.
I think everybody's right. This is a case where for right now, there's going to be a pretty substantial bail set. There just has to be, given the nature of the charges and some of the information that's been presented so far.
In addition to the $500,000 bail, the commissioner approved restrictions on Sanders, including no contact with witnesses, members of Watson's immediate family, and no weapons. It's News 3 Now's policy to name suspects who are charged in adult court. Because Sanders is just 15, the defense does have the right to request that the case be moved to juvenile court if a number of criteria are met. Sanders is set to be back in court next Thursday.
Amanda, thank you. New at 6, Madison police are asking for help identifying an attempted burglary suspect. This surveillance video is from last week at a home on Old Gate Road. That's just east of the airport. While the home and garage were locked, a car parked in the driveway was not. The man got into it, but it didn't appear anything was stolen.
Turning things over to weather now after a few days of seemingly non-stop rain. A nice change is on the way this week. Let's check your first warning forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi.
You know, it actually seems like it's been raining forever, but actually it didn't start until late Saturday night, but it rained steadily all through the day yesterday, and we've had some rain today as well. But visible cloud track still shows plenty of clouds around. This stubborn low-pressure system centered over Illinois just isn't moving right now. Heaviest showers are to our south and to our north. Most of southern Wisconsin, if they're getting precipitation, it's in the form of some drizzle or some fog. So high-resolution Doppler radar not even picking up the rain. But you can see over the last 48 hours, about 1 to 2 inches of rain east of Madison. Some areas closer to Lake Michigan and to our north and east have gotten over 2 inches of rain, while areas out to the west have been generally about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch of rain. Temperatures right now are in the upper 40s to the lower 50s, although you can see Janesville still at 57. Showers will continue off and on overnight, but should end east of Madison tomorrow morning. Look for cloudy skies to continue through the day tomorrow, but it won't be quite as cool with a high of 64. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes some 70s and more sunshine beginning on Wednesday.
Gary, thank you. Today, Public Health Madison and Dane County has introduced Reopen Dane. That's a new plan to reopen the county. County Executive Joe Parisi says the plan is a blueprint for a safe and gradual reopening. The plan defines 9 data metrics in 3 categories: epidemiology, healthcare, and public health. Right now, of the 9 criteria, 5 have been met. Some county restrictions are being lifted as early as tomorrow. There will no longer be any restrictions on travel. Tennis courts and disc golf courses will open with certain limitations. All businesses will be to perform minimum basic operations to prepare for a safe reopening, and there will be no criminal penalty for violating the order. Also today, Greene County has lifted its emergency orders. According to a release, the county district attorney's office said the order may not be enforceable under current county ordinances. The county health department director says while the order has been lifted, the coronavirus is still there, and they're encouraging businesses and individuals to take appropriate precautions.
Getting a look at the statewide numbers, only about 3% of tests over the last 24 hours have come back positive. There are more than 12,700 cases statewide. In total now, nearly 460 people have died. Governor Evers says his administration is done trying to create a statewide rule for combating the coronavirus. Amy Reed joins us now from the Capitol to explain his reasoning. Amy?
Today was supposed to be the day the Evers administration published their scope statement, meaning 10 days from now, we could have had a new statewide response. Instead, the governor today signaled it's not likely we're going to have a coordinated state response at all.
It just doesn't make any sense to spend a lot of time doing something that we know isn't going to be successful.
Governor Towne Evers said Monday his administration likely won't try again to create a statewide emergency rule for handling the coronavirus. His reasoning being that Republicans won't approve it anyway. Earlier today, the administration pulled their scope statement, the outline for the emergency rule mandated by state law. It showed intent to write a rule similar to, if not the same as, the Safer at Home order. One Republican lawmaker who had the power to toss the rule urged the governor to withdraw it, saying, quote, DHS is needlessly creating a political fight that does nothing to move the state forward on the legal and proper path of fighting COVID-19. Republicans have yet to produce a plan for how the state should move forward, but Assembly Democrats last week proposed ideas for health care, the economy, and voting. Their proposal includes Medicaid expansion, hazard pay for health care workers, tax cuts for essential workers, grants for small businesses, and vote-by-mail legislation. Madison Representative Melissa Sargent said these ideas aim to be a starting point for future discussions.
We absolutely need to be having real, pragmatic conversations so that we can keep our community safe. At the same time, we can provide a path forward for our businesses.
Previously, the Speaker of the Assembly called for a bipartisan reopening plan, but preferred a regional approach to reopening. Now, we couldn't reach him today for comment, but without a statewide rule, that approach, that regional approach, will likely be inadvertently the way that Wisconsin handles the virus going forward.
Amy Reed live at the Capitol. Amy, thank you. Now, state advocates for people with disabilities and minority voters have filed a sweeping federal lawsuit demanding safety changes to the upcoming primary election in August and the presidential election in November. Disability Rights Wisconsin is based in Milwaukee. It's asking a judge to order more poll workers be hired and every voter in the state receive an absentee ballot application. The lawsuit argues that not enough has been done since the April 7th primary to ensure that the upcoming elections can be conducted safely.
University of Wisconsin-Madison Chancellor Rebecca Blank is giving us an update about fall classes. In a blog today, she says as of now, classes will be a yet-to-be-determined mix of online and in-person instruction. While large lectures will likely be taught remotely, Blank said section meetings could potentially be held face-to-face for students who are able to attend. Dane County leaders are working with local groups to help address housing issues that have been worsened by this pandemic. In a news conference today, Dane County Executive Joe Parisi introduced a multi-million-dollar plan to reduce evictions and improve access to housing for those most impacted. The plan includes $10 million in funding from the Federal CARES Act for eviction prevention, in addition to efforts to increase housing stability.
People are facing extreme hazard when it comes to housing. People can't make the rent. The renters are suffering. Many of the landlords who depend on that rent to pay their mortgages are suffering. The Tenant Resource Center will do what they do best. They work in this area already, and so they were the perfect partner to help distribute these funds to those in need.
Parisi says the money is expected to help nearly 9,000 Dane County residents. As of now, the Tenant Resource Center says assistance will top out at 4 months. Tenants can apply for help online.
Last week, all three major health providers in Madison, UW Health, St. Mary's, and Meriter, all began giving COVID-19 antibody tests. They're meant to determine if you've been exposed to the virus and have developed antibodies to fight it off. One of our producers here and News 3 Now anchor Mark Kane underwent the tests late last week. Like all patients, they were required to wear a mask while inside the building, greeted by nurses fully dressed in PPE, and screened for any symptoms of COVID-19. As for the test itself, it's a simple blood draw. Dr. Jeff Potoff from UW Health says doctors will use those tests to learn about the infection rate within the community and how many people are still at risk.
We know that the test is going well. The process is pretty smooth. I don't think we have enough test results back to know good numbers as far as positives and negatives and how the test is working or what our prevalence is. But hopefully over the next week or two, we'll have a large enough group of folks who've been tested where we'll have a better idea of how that's looking.
UW Health officials tell us they've completed around 4,000 tests so far and have another 6,000 scheduled. As for the tests that our producer and Mark took, well, they both came back negative. Still ahead tonight, a local healthcare provider showing some love to what they're calling unsung heroes of the pandemic.
Plus, how some local restaurants are adapting to safety changes and food shortages. Their plans when we come back.
Save at Wild East Towne Honda on over 400 new Hondas with 0% financing for up to 72 months. Save with 0% financing on your favorite new Hondas at Wild East Towne Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Through all the world events since 1936, Culligan Water has continued to provide better, safer water with our filtration systems for homes and businesses. These days, as a designated essential business, Culligan's water professionals are standing by ready to help.
At Papa Murphy's, we knead seriously, chop seriously, and shred seriously. Because we're serious about Tuesdays, even if you're not. Every Tuesday, get a large pizza for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
Stock up on spring essentials at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Right now, we have low prices on must-haves for your yard, home, vehicle, and more. Like select Rust-Oleum spray paints, just $2.99. This Chamberlain Power Garage Door Opener, $119.99. Milwaukee M18 2-tool combo kits are only $179. Plus, place your order online or on our mobile app and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru. You don't even need to get out of your car.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
To our Pick and Save associates, for the long hours and late nights, for the miles traveled and the shelves restocked, for making a difference in our customers' lives, for doing so much more than your job. Everyone at the Kroger family of brands and our customers say thank you. In a time when daily life feels a bit uncertain, your hard work is keeping America fed. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Right now at Wild East Towne Honda, sign and drive a new all-wheel drive CR-V for $299. That's $299 with zero down, zero first payment, and zero due at start at Wild East Towne Honda in Madison.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Kalahari Resorts and Conventions in the Dells will reopen next Wednesday. That is May 27th. According to a release, they are also offering discounted rates for anyone who books a stay before June 6th. Last week, Mount Olympus announced it is also reopening this Saturday, but with limited capacity and only making the park available for people staying at the hotel. The food industry is seeing nationwide shortages in some food groups, mostly meat and dairy.
Gabriela Becerra joins us live to share how this will affect restaurants as they prepare to reopen. Gabby?
We've already seen some restaurants switch to limited takeout menus, and it's possible those could stick around even after restrictions are lifted as the food industry comes back online.
Like, food will be available. It just might not be exactly what you want when you want it. And as long as people are understanding of that, we'll all get through this just fine.
Delays among certain food groups could impact many local kitchens.
I think it could affect us pretty greatly.
Customers can expect that menus might look a little different when they return to their favorite restaurants, as ingredients might not be available to make certain dishes.
What products can they get? What products are actually affordable for them to get? Because we also know that as part of this, some things may be much more expensive.
And some dishes might cost a few extra bucks.
Prices are absolutely something that restaurants are going to have to face with, because if their expenses, i.e. their supply prices, are more expensive, they're going to have to charge more. And they're also at a limited capacity in many respects.
For Chef Evan Donnells, he's prepared to get creative with seasonal foods.
Quite frankly, we're well positioned for that. Our menu is small and changes frequently along with the seasons. And so we intend to sort of intensify that and run an even smaller menu that changes even more often.
But safety of staff and customers remains the priority.
We're obviously very concerned with the menu and where our food's going to come from, but I think that's almost secondary to our concern to make sure that we open up in as responsible of a manner as humanly possible.
The Wisconsin Restaurant Association thinks this will be a short-lived problem. Meanwhile, Donnell says it is a great opportunity to purchase locally from farms in the area.
Unity Point Meritor is taking some time today to celebrate the unsung heroes of this pandemic, their child care teachers. The hospital says staff at the Unity Point Health Meritor Children's Center have provided reliable and safe care for the children of their doctors, nurses, and other healthcare workers throughout this crisis, including temporary emergency overnight care.
if we're not here, there's families that can't work. They can't be at the hospital, the nurses, the doctors, the first responders, they can't be at work if we're not here taking care of the kids. So we have to be here. We have to come do our job and keep the little ones safe.
As more children return for care, enhanced precautions are being taken, including temperature and symptom screening of all children and parents, and allowing only children and child care workers in the building, meaning parents stay outside during drop-off and pickup.
Still ahead tonight at 6 in sports, we have an exclusive interview with J.J. Watt about his new undertaking as a TV game show host.
Plus, Gary Canalti will have our full First Warn forecast when we can expect the rain to stop. Stay with us.
We at Patriot Paving want to remind you we're all in this together. Be kind. Enjoy the time with your family. Help your neighbor. We can and will get through this together and be stronger than before. Stay calm, stay positive, and we'll see you soon.
This week, you're going to get more at the Brothers Maine Memorial Day Super Sale. Get in now with more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. Right now, improving your home is more convenient at Maine with up to 18-month 0% financing. And we make getting more easy with expert delivery free and our risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee. The Memorial Day Super Sale for more selection, more savings, and more satisfaction. It all ends Monday at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Hospitality is not just a word at Bishop's Bay Country Club, it's our way of life.
So every day we strive for perfection.
Memories are made here.
And not forgotten.
Come and experience why Bishop's Bay Country Club is the premier country club in the Madison area.
Comfort Services, buy one air conditioner and get one gas furnace for only $1,000. BOGOs are back, and it's a beautiful thing.
Everybody and everything has been impacted by the recent market crash. But what if your retirement portfolio wasn't? It could be possible with the right kind of planning. So if you're worried about your retirement income, discover how Retirement Income Strategies can help. Call today, 608-208-1800. Make sure you know all your options. Call now to schedule your conference call with Retirement Income Strategies. 608-208-1800.
We at Patriot Paving want to remind you we're all in this together. Be kind. Enjoy the time with your family. Help your neighbor. We can and will get through this together and be stronger than before. Stay calm, stay positive, and we'll see you soon.
It's been a cloudy, gray day across southern Wisconsin. The showers have pretty much diminished to just some drizzle, hardly even being able to be detected on high-resolution Doppler radar. But you can see there are some showers to our south and also to our north and east around a stubborn area of low pressure, which is stuck right to our south. But that's just brought a lot of rain, especially to our south through the Chicago area. Over the last 7 days, much of the Chicago area has received between 3 and 6 inches of rain. Some areas have been over 8 inches. That's almost twice their average May rain in less than a week. And you can see even in parts of eastern Wisconsin, parts of southwestern Wisconsin, some 2 to 3 inch or 4 inch rainfall amounts have been seen, generally about 1 to 2 inches through much of southern Wisconsin. Lesser amounts as you head toward La Crosse, but even central Wisconsin has gotten between about a ½ inch and an inch of rain, which helps the wildfire situation there. And additional rainfall through the rest of tonight into tomorrow morning before it finally winds down, maybe as much as a ½ inch near the Lake Michigan shoreline, but most of southern Wisconsin probably looking at less than a ¼ of an inch of additional rainfall west of Madison, even less there. So the showers tonight will gradually come to an end east of Madison tomorrow morning. The clouds will linger for the day tomorrow, but then sunshine returns for Wednesday and Thursday, and we'll look for high temperatures right around 70 on Wednesday, lower 70s on Thursday, and then Friday, partly sunny skies, high temperatures topping out in the mid to upper 70s, and then we'll turn warm as we head into the Memorial Day weekend with high temperatures right around 80 degrees, but there'll also be some chances for showers and thunderstorms as humidity levels start to increase. Weather pattern definitely changing. There's the Hawaiian Islands. You can see how far north the jet stream has shifted, and all the major storm systems are now heading up toward Alaska. That's a sign that the atmosphere is starting to expand, and with time, that milder air will start shifting eastward across much of the country. Right now, a storm system in the western part of the country has already buckled the jet stream to bring a surge of warm to mild air through much of the western high plains. This stubborn storm system is held up because of Tropical Storm Arthur, which is still off of the Carolina and Virginia coast. Eventually, it'll head out to sea, but right now, it's kind of stalled the system. Once that moves out to sea, we'll see this system move off to the east, and sunshine will start to return by midweek. But right now, things pretty quiet. Low pressure located just to our south. You can see those scattered showers still around, and a northeasterly wind keeping temperatures cool, mainly in the 50s. You can see northwestern Wisconsin, where there has been a little bit of sunshine, a little bit warmer. Temperatures there in the lower 60s away from Lake Superior. But really, you have to get into northern and western Minnesota before you start seeing temperatures in the 70s. We'll have to wait until Wednesday to start seeing those. So for tomorrow, still lots of clouds. Not as cool, though, and the showers mainly east of Madison will end in the morning. High temperature at 64. And as we check out the rainfall amounts, additional rainfall amounts, probably about 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch from Madison eastward. Just a couple 100ths out to the west of Madison toward the Mississippi River. 7 to 10 day forecast, temperatures jump right back into the 70s once we start getting some sunshine back. We're around 80 for the Memorial Day weekend with some thunderstorm chances, but warm weather continues into next week.
And coming up in sports, J.J. Watt dishes on his quarantine cooking, while the former Badger says he's sick of hearing the fire alarm when he's in the kitchen. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection remains open to serve our customers and communities during these times of uncertainty. During Safer at Home, we've got you covered for all your plumbing service needs. Call us for help. We are here for you.
In this challenging time, Wisconsin's dairy farmers remain committed to your well-being.
We're still in the barns every day, producing real, nutritious milk for your table, and products like cheese, yogurt, butter, ice cream, and more.
We're all in this together, and our passion for feeding Wisconsin's communities is stronger than ever.
Calling all grassmasters, fescue fanatics, and stewards of St. Augustine. To the springtime sprawlers, backyard scholars, and cultivators of the cul-de-sac. Whether you're a rookie or a pro, run with us. For all the green thumbers, newcomers, and toy picker-uppers, run with us on a John Deere mower. Because this is more than just grass. It's home. Nothing runs like a deer.
Get your John Deere now at the Power Centers of Madison.
And support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit madisonmagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, presented by Kesnick's. Food service design, equipment, and supplies.
I guess there is still cleanup to do.
Patty's back on Tuesday morning, and she'll be bringing some good news about our rising temperatures.
And we'll tell you how some professional photographers are thinking outside the box when it comes to documenting this historic time.
We'll see you from 4:30 to 7.
As soon as J.J. Watt stepped on the field with the Texans, he became a star. And now the former Badger is broadening his horizons. Earlier today, we caught up with J.J. about his new Ultimate Tag show, cooking, and the possibility of a new career once his NFL days are over.
Wow. That was one of the easiest and smoothest tags I've ever seen.
How does Ultimate Tag host J.J. Watt sound to you?
Sounds great, man. It sounds great because you didn't include my brother's names either, which for a little brotherly competition, it makes me feel good.
Yeah, I'm guessing you three kind of had some ultimate tag moments growing up. Would that be fair to say?
Oh yeah, we had plenty. It would always end with somebody crying to mom, somebody with a bruise or a broken arm or something like that. So we had some ultimate moments in the backyard playing tag for sure.
Now, I noticed during the quarantine you were sharpening your cooking skills. Where are you with that?
Trying. I was trying. I'm still not great. I have improved slightly, but I keep setting off the fire alarm. No matter how high I set the oven hood fan to, somehow I still set off the fire alarm every time. So I'm working, I'm getting better, but I'm not there yet.
Not 100% sure if a sunset is considered weather, but that's what we're updating you on tonight.
You're giving weather reports. Is that maybe your new career after football?
It is currently snowing sideways. I don't know if you can see it on the video or not. If you can't, you probably think I'm an idiot.
I think that I can fill a role as the everyday weatherman. I don't have any meteorology background. I don't have any green screen. I don't have any knowledge whatsoever of what I'm saying when I'm telling the weather. But I'm telling it from a regular guy's perspective when he walks outside and looks up at the sky. So I think that people can relate to that. I hope that they never take my meteorology reports seriously because I have no idea what I'm saying.
Did you ever think that you'd be at this position? I mean, you're co-hosting this show with your brothers. You're all playing in the NFL. You're all doing all these really cool things. As a young kid growing up, you're like, I want to do that. You're living your dream.
Right. I had the dream of playing in the NFL, and so I did picture myself in that role someday. I mean, how realistic you think it is at the time when you're a kid, who knows? But I know that I never pictured what it would end up being, and especially everything that came along with it. I mean, being able to host TV shows with my brothers and being able to experience some of the things that I've been able to experience in life, I'm very fortunate and thankful. It's truly been a wild ride, and I look forward to seeing where it goes from here.
And that TV show, Wednesday on Fox.
All right. Thank you very much. And Gary's here with the final check of your forecast.
Little bit of training. We'll have JJ right up to speed. Well, you can see there still are a few showers to our south and to our north and east. Generally, the precipitation across Wisconsin is just very, very light, mainly in the form of some wind-blown drizzle. Otherwise, it's not too heavy right now. Any additional rainfall will probably be maybe 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch east of Madison, west of Madison, just a couple 1/100ths of an inch of rain. As far as temperatures are concerned right now, they're still in the upper 40s to the lower to middle 50s. Look for high temperatures tomorrow back in the middle 60s as the showers come to an end. The clouds will stick around for much of the day, but notice those temperatures warming up into the Memorial Day weekend.
All right. Happy birthday, Gary.
Thanks.
And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.